Don't be led by somebody that ain't been where they're trying to teach you how to get through. Make sure the person that's leading you has already endured the thing that they're teaching you to get through. That's why I show people when I lose money. The best companies in the world went on sale. $2 trillion in market cap lost from July 16th to yesterday. Alphabet lost $314 billion. Microsoft lost $404 billion. Amazon, $319 billion. Apple, $419 billion. Nvidia, $637 billion. And guess what? They still the biggest. They still quality. Has anything about these companies changed? Here's what I want us to understand. The market went crazy last year. The market. You gotta expect the market to take some of that money back. That's why we teach that. What do we teach? We get 100%, we get our money out. As it goes, we scale. We take back a little bit as it goes. Don't be greedy. You can make your plays. You ain't got to get 100 contracts every time. You ain't got to get 50 contracts every time. You ain't got to get 20 contracts every time. Manage your money. Okay, I want to get in this play. Let me get 1. Let me get 2. Here's what we can't do every time. Every time we make a play. You can't go all in on every one. You saying it with your chest, your back, your soul, your feet, your ears. I'm risking it all. Right? Even I don't do that. Like, I be like, I'm going to get 200. Let me get 25 on this one. You hear me? Let me get 18 on this one. But it's a lesson. As the market keeps, you're going to realize it. You're like, all right, boom, I done banged out on. All right, let me just put that much. I still want to be active, but I don't want to be But you learn that as you go. My buy and hold people, incrementally. But I also understand what it is, and that's why I always say the one thing I can't teach people is that emotional fortitude. You got to feel that. You got to feel that. You know, I remember losing that money on CrowdStrike and Palo Alto, and I wanted my lick back so bad. But I was like, nah, that ain't the game I played. I don't gotta, and here's what I do want you to understand, everybody. You ain't gotta chase nothing. The market gonna be here. It ain't going nowhere. Let it do what it's supposed to do. And listen, watch this. Bruh, it's okay. Like, you don't have to indulge in the people who saying, I told you this, I told you that. Because guess what, y'all? They was quiet when you was running your checkup. And then when you go down, they I told you so. And you guess what you tell them? You right. And then you just simply ask them when you run your check back out, what we talking about? You gotta, this game is, you gotta be willing to have, you gotta have that thick skin, y'all. Now, a couple people in the Patreon snapped on me yesterday. And I said, I get it, fam. I understand that the temperament has changed. There's pressure on you. I ain't mad at you. Guess what 2 of them did today? Man, Trap, I know the market green now. You feel different. It don't bother me. Because I understand how the game goes. I understand that 1 red day, all right. 2 red days, all right. 5 weeks of red days, you question everything. You question everything. I don't trip on that because I understand what that feel like. Somebody like, dog, I lost 20,000. I said, 2 million, fam. I gave it back 2 million. But guess what? Don't be led by somebody that ain't been where they're trying to teach you how to get through. right? Like, you got to be, make sure the person that's leading you has already endured the thing that they're teaching you to get through. That's why I show people when I lose money. That's why I show people when I lose money. And I'll still come in a group with the same energy. I'll still be around here with the same energy. It's kind of like when you watch a boxer. And they always say this thing when you're watching a really good boxing match. And he fight an experienced fighting fighter, you know what they say? We've now entered the championship rounds. You know why they call them the championship rounds? Because 10, 11, and 12, the champions rank, the winners come out. That's when the last that was left, that's when that quarter tank of gas is all you got left. And this where, in the championship rounds of the fight, you already know what you're going to do. I already know what I'm going to do. At this point, it's a thinking match and an endurance match. Everything you done learned in camp is out the door now. We done been here for 10 rounds, partner. You done threw every trick in the book, everything you done learned in training camp. You done slung it at me in the first 10 rounds. Everything I done learned, 10 rounds. That's why the great ones say, I won't get him into the deep water. I won't get her into the deep water where they unfamiliar. You used to 8 rounds. You used to 10, but you ain't used to 12. This is where your legs get tired. I've been punching on your shoulders and your elbows and your hips for 10 rounds. You ain't moving the same. The jab ain't as crispy. You ain't got the hop like you used to have. That's what Canelo be doing. He learned that from Floyd. Punching him in the back of the hip, punching him in the shoulder, punching him in the elbows. This the ones where you don't think they hurt, but that guard done came down a little bit more. It ain't that sturdy no more, because that's what's happening right now. The market punching on you every which way. It's punching on your elbows, it's punching in your face, it's punching on your forehead, it's punching in your solar flex, it's punching in your kidney, it's punching in your liver, it's punching on your hip, it's punching you everywhere you got to go. You're in the 10th round. What you gonna do now? Because your jab snappy in the first round. Your hook is crisp in the 3rd round. You can lean on the ropes and do a little rope-a-dope by the 4th round, but by the 7th round, now I done broke. That's why all the great ones say if I get them to 6 or 7, I done figure. That's why the great one, like they be like, yeah, 7th round knockout. Because they understand that by the 6th, 7th round, you done did everything you done learned in camp. By the 6th or 7th round, you done did everything you done learned in camp. And now I done took in the data. Oh, you gonna do this? Okay. Okay. But by the 10th, 11th, and 12th round, the great ones know, oh, this when I bring this out. Man, I ain't never had back-to-back weeks where I done hit for 500,000. Back-to-back weeks. But guess what? I've also never had a time in my life where I made $1 million in a play. I've also never had a time in my life where consistently I done hit for 300,000, 500,000, $1 million in a play, $1.2 million in the same play. But people think I'm playing when I say it's gonna cost you a couple $100,000 to get to the next level. It's gonna cost you $10,000 to make $100,000. It's gonna cost you, $100,000 to make $1 million. It's gonna cost you $1 million to make $5 million. It's gonna cost you that. That's the operational expense of the game. The best companies in the world I went on sale. Watch this. The 30 largest stock in the S&P from July 16 to yesterday lost $2.8 trillion. The remaining 470 stocks have lost $1.48 trillion. What does that mean? When you look at the biggest, so what does that mean? Watch this, y'all. This is going to be so good. The institutions love the big dogs. Why? Because these are the companies that they can flood into. These are the 30 companies that really move the market. 7, they got the Mag 7, but there's really 30 of the biggest companies have lost $2.8 trillion in 2 weeks. We talking 2 weeks here. And I can promise you 40% of that, 55 to 60% of that is in the big 7. But let's go a little further. Let's think about something right quick. What do you think they revert back to when they find clarity in the market? All right, watch this. August 5th was the second largest day of listen, Jose, I be going to get data from my people, Jose. Jose, you know why I get data from my people? Because it makes it easier for them to start understanding when stuff get real, what they can go back to. Man, Trap told me this. Nobody give you as much data as me. Because the data is what make you better, not the egotistical quotes. So let's look at it. The first day was July 24th. That was the day my account went from 4.8 million. I was about to say billion. Thank you, God. I see it in my future. I see it. That was a peak in the future. I need to build me a tech company. That's where the money at. July 24th, the market went from, the market lost 759 billion. August 5th, which is a week and a half later, the market lost 652 billion. And that's intraday market cap loss. We're talking about market cap loss, right? February 3rd, 2022. Here's what I looked at when I saw this. July 17th, July 11th, July 24th, and August 5th. This is all in the same year. 24 got 1, 2, 3, 4 times on that list. But also, what else had more times on the list? 2022, that was when the market was red. That's when we started Trappin Tuesdays. Our first show of Trappin Tuesdays was what? The recession report, right? And so here's what I want you to understand after this. Watch this. So when people be like, it's different this time. It's different this time. Watch this. After 2020, what the market did? Surge. After 2022, what we got? Surge. What you think gonna happen after this? That's just what the data said. That's just what the data say. 2022, the market lost 8 trillion. It lost 8.7 trillion. 2020, the market lost 32 billion. And September 3rd, September 9th, 562 billion. It came back March 16th, it went first, 592 billion. That's the day we had the circuit breakers went off in the market. And then what happened after that? We got that in 2020, then what happened? Right after that, what happened? From 2020, all 2021, we got a market that went crazy for about 18 months. And then 2022, what we did? We got a market that what? It lagged. The market lagged 2022. And then guess what happened after that? All 2023, what did we get? Beginning of 2024, what did we get? What happens is you got to be able to do what? Thug it out. Because when we can't, guess what happened? We get lost inside of that. The vortex. The vortex of the market falling sucks us in with it. And guess what happens when you get sucked in sometime? You can't get out. It discourages you. It keeps you from playing the game. And then when the market starts to rally, you so financially traumatized, you just stay on the sideline and you say stuff like, the market ain't for me.